Happy Tuesday, my dear IBPYP1 students. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're all having a beautiful morning. For our unit of inquiry class, we are going to talk about our research project. It's exciting, right? So, before that, let's review our central idea quickly. We are under the theme How the World Works, and our central idea is let's all say it together, okay? I'd like you to say it so loud as you can. But if someone else is sleeping in your house, maybe you don't have to say it so loud. But let's all read it together. 1, 2, go. All living things go through a process of change. Now let's say that again without looking on the screen. Let's close our eyes and say it again. 1, 2, go. All living things go through a process of change. That's right. You guys really know about our central idea already. Now let's have a quick review about the characteristics of living things because today we're going to be talking about a research project and it's important for us to always remember the different characteristics of living things. Let's read together. Characteristics of living things. Living things breathe. That's right. Living things grow. Living things need food and water. Living things move. Living things interacts or respond or feels. Living things reproduce. Reproduce means to have babies, to have offspring. Living things have lifespan. So all living things don't live forever. All living things have lifespan. In this world, it's like nothing really stays forever, especially for living things. Now, for this central idea, our main focus is to talk about how living things grow and talk about their life cycles and the changes they go through. And last weekend, you guys made a task to talk about the life cycle of plants or how plants grow. Last week, we did talk about the life cycle of plants by using different examples by going through my garden and also we read a book about the life cycle of plants or how plants grow. You guys made a really amazing job on your homework, on your tasks. Everything is so unique and beautiful. This is Frank's life cycle. So look at the colors how he did it. So this is how he tried to do the life cycle of a beautiful flower with seed. This one looks like a sunflower. It's very clear and very cute. Edison discussed about the corn sunflower. Oh, okay, so this is from the story. So he also included the different seeds that was on the book. And then he also put the life cycle of the plant. So this is the morning glory seed, the corn, the sunflower, and the bean. First, it's a seed and it needs soil, needs water, and then it also needs light, and then it grows up, and then it finds a new home. We need to find a new home for it. So the plant really doesn't find its own home. So we have to put it back on the ground if it grows too big. Some plants, they can live on the pot forever. Some plants really need to grow so big, that's why we need to put them on the ground or somewhere else or find a new home for it. Thank you, Edison. And this is Mark's life cycle of a plant. So here it means, put some water. We put a little bit of water in the ground. It's growing little by little. Look how cute and amazing that work is. And then here we have the young plant. And here our young plant is becoming a mature plant. And then it starts to have flower. The flower is soon about to bloom. It's beautiful. Good job, Mark. This is Leo's illustration of the life cycle of plants. So here we have some seed. Can you see those seed here? It's growing. This is the soil, and it even has earthworm to help fertilize the soil. And this one becomes a beautiful flower, and it needs light, air, and water. Good one. I really like that. So this is for Abura, so the growing life cycle of a sunflower. The growing cycle of a sunflower. Here we have a small sunflower seed, and it grows here, becomes a sprout, a young plant, becomes a mature plant, and then it keeps growing to have some flowers and finally some seed. Sunflower is my favorite flower. So I'm so happy to see this. Needs sunlight, water, and soil, and with a big heart around it. Good one. Thank you, Abura. And this one is from Lee. So he drew the life cycle of a water lily. Here's the water lily, and it's growing. It's still, of course, in the water. Look how amazing this is. So not all plants, as we all know, live in soil or underground. Just like animals, not all animals live underground or on land. Some animals live in the ocean, just like plants. So then the water lily grows and grows and gets bigger, and soon enough it will have some flowers. Nice one. And those flowers will soon produce or release some seeds. And for Evan, this is like a very cute and clear diagram of the life cycle of a sunflower. Oh, a lovely sunflower. So here it says that from the flower comes a seed, and the seed grows. It will have tiny little roots, and then it grows into a sprout, a young plant, a mature plant, until it will have some flowers again. So this is the life cycle of a sunflower. And for Jalu made a diagram of the life cycle of an orange tree. Wow, I love orange. It has a lot of vitamin C. So from fruit comes out a seed. So the fruit releases seed, and that seed, roots will go out and sprout. And then it will grow into a tree after a few years or maybe many years. And then soon it will have some fruit. And that fruit will release seed again. Thank you, Jalu. That's nice. For Serena, this is her work, her beautiful and clear work. It says here, can you see the seed? The seed is, oh, this one is not moving. The seed is sleeping. Guess what the seed is doing? And then it needs water and sunlight and soil. And the seeds start having tiny roots. And we still keep giving them soil, light, and water. And then comes out a sprout. The sprout has a stem, and the roots keeps getting longer. It turns into a young plant, into a mature plant with more roots, and starts having flowers until the flowers grows bigger. It says here, she actually wrote, was the seed need water, sun, and soil. Root will come out, so many roots will come out, and the plant will be small. All right. For number 4, more roots, and then plants get bigger. Number 5, the stem gets longer, and then there's a bloom. And number 6 is more roots and long stem, and the flower opens or blooms into a beautiful purple one. Thank you, Zarina, for the details. It's beautiful. And this is Map. Actually, Map sent a video, and that video I will include it next time. And here he made actually a very nice illustration of the life cycle of a plant. It's like it has some seed, he used some clay, and beautiful drawing. Very, very beautiful art about the life cycle of a plant. Thank you so much, Smap. And for the growth and life cycle of living things, we are going to have, because our focus is about the growth and life cycle of living things, we're going to have our research project. But before that, let's have a quick review about what a cycle is. So we all know that the cycle is something that continues. It's like in a circle, keeps continuing. It doesn't necessarily need to be a circle, as long as it's a process that repeats. A process that repeats again and again. And here's our research project for this unit. So it's going to be, I believe, something interesting because it's something about that's interesting for you. Last time, Jalu was interested about the life cycle of a sea cucumber. So he made his own little research about the life cycle of a sea cucumber, and then I also made my own little research about the life cycle of a sea cucumber. So first it comes from a fertilized eggs that develops into a larva, and then the larva floats in the water for more than a week, and then it goes settle down in the bottom of the water. The sea cucumbers settle at a size of about 1 millimeter and grow into juveniles, so it starts growing on its own. So the mommy sea cucumber doesn't really take care of it, not like us, not like the chickens, not like puppies and dogs. So first, it has fertilized eggs. Let's just review that. And it turns into a larva. That larva doesn't really, it floats in the water. It's above the water. It settles down when it grows a little bigger into the sea floor or the ground underwater. And then the sea cucumbers need to grow for more than 2 to 3 years before they reach a large enough size to produce eggs and sperm. Sexes are separate, and eggs and sperm are released into the water for fertilization. So those sea cucumbers, there's a male and female cucumbers. They have like different sexes, and they will separate. And then they will release egg and sperm. And when these two combines together, it will create fertilized egg, which will turn into a larva again. So look how long it takes for the sea cucumber to become large enough to have eggs and sperm. 2 to 3 years, even though they are small. Yes, some can grow really big. So that's about the life of sea cucumber. That's just a quick research about it. It's not very it's a very simple detail about the life cycle of a sea cucumber. Here is going to be your task. Okay? You'll have to choose a living thing you would like to focus on your research. Maybe there's a living thing that you really find very interesting, just like Jalu. And then research about the characteristics of that living thing. I mean, I would love for you to choose a lot of different living things if you can, or if you have a lot of time. If we are given maybe not much, if we don't have much time, one living thing to focus on would be really good already. It means that you will have your focus on that living thing. You will be able to research many things about that living thing, and you will be able to teach your classmates and share about your research more details that they might not even know about, right? So research about the characteristics of that living thing. Give focus on the life cycle of the living thing that you chose. Focus about the life cycle, because when you research about that living thing, there are so many information. You can even write a book if you want, but we don't have to do that. So try to only choose those very interesting parts and you think that are very, very important and something that you really like to share to your classmates, and give focus on the life cycle of the living thing that you chose. So try to choose a living thing that we haven't talked about yet. I mean, you already know about butterflies, about frogs, about fish, about humans. So we already did those. So try to choose a living thing that we haven't talked about yet. Okay? And then include interesting things that you found out during your research. When you do research, you learn a lot of information, right? You can research using your internet, using books. You can go ask your friend, your parents, or some adults, or some people that you know. And then put them together. Try to think about very interesting things that you found on your research. Also include that. Even if it's not really related to the life cycle, but if it's something you think is so interesting, try to put it on that too. And then present your research using PPT, scrapbook, poster, journal, or video presentation. So you have a lot of different options to present your research. So try to put some drawings, some pictures, information about the living thing that you chose on your research. And the main focus is the life cycle. Okay? So I hope you guys enjoy this research project, and we are all excited to see which living thing you chose and learn from you. So this is your time. You've been presenting so many things to your classmates, sharing things that only you know, right? So this time you have the chance to really teach them about the living thing that you find interesting. Okay, if you have some videos to share, you can share it. You may complete this research until next week. I hope you guys enjoyed, until Sunday evening. I hope you guys enjoy this task and this research, and we're all excited to see it and learn from you. All right? Hope to see you again soon, guys. We love you. I love you. All the teachers love you, and I really miss you all. And have a nice day today. Bye. I hope to see you soon.